Hello, this is Laurie here. I am just gonna do something. It's been a while, but I am going to do a quick little live painting with you. I've not done one for quite a while on here, but something new for me. So I am streaming live on YouTube. Sorry, I'm trying to get a cord out of the way. I've never streamed live publicly on YouTube. So this is a first for me. I've streamed through Facebook, and that's where I am also doing this. So just give me a second so I can see if by any chance I happen to meet anyone on here. So if you are watching by any chance, say hello. I'd love to know how this is coming through. Again, I am doing also streaming through YouTube, which, like I said, is a first for me. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration of a sunflower and how I do, and there's a lot going on here. I have my paint table where I do all my tutorials, my plate of dried paint, but if you can see this, these are the colors that I teach with, that I paint with. Titanium white, chrome yellow, bright red, phthalo blue, and Mars blacks. And I'm just going to use one brush for this. Actually, I might want my smaller brush, but we'll see. But I taught this yesterday, so along with what I do online for my clubs and what I teach in my studio, I also go to a few locations for assisted living residents. And yesterday I went to one of those, and so I brought a painting of I'm used to not going live. I can pause and go grab stuff, so I'm not going to do it. So I brought one of the Van Gogh sunflowers that I had done a long time ago, where one of my favorite things to do is just copy a painting I should have done. You know what? Here, let's talk this way. Okay, there I am. This is Laurie. Here, let's try this again. So, and I'm looking at the wrong video. I don't even have this. Oh, it's on my computer. I don't even have everything hooked up. It's been a week, I think, since I recorded. So say hello. Like I said, if you're watching, I see a few people that are on here. So let's try this. Let's do this right. You know what? I never aim for perfect, because that's just kind of an overachievement for me. But anyways, now I've lost my screen. Okay. So normally I have another webcam going on, but we'll just do from my laptop, which isn't the best lighting. So what I started to say, so I taught yesterday for assisted living, and I did the Van Gogh vase of sunflowers, and I have it coming up in a class in my studio next Monday. And I did one with all just different colors because I wanted to kind of just have fun with maybe more fallish colors. I have a hard time transitioning sometimes from summer to fall with my paintings. I feel like in July you already need to be thinking about what's coming up for Christmas, and it's like I'm not done with summer. So definitely need to be thinking of what's coming up for fall. And so I am going to show you quickly how I did this darker background and how to put yellow sunflowers on. Since I use mixing colors, that's always an issue that we struggle with. And how do we cover up the stuff underneath so it doesn't create a shadow? And I am going to, I'm going to reach it right here, grab a smaller brush because I think I need it. All right, so we're going to just go and dive into this. So this is quick, and I will show you what. I'm also missing a light I didn't turn on. All the things that I got to remember. There we go. A little bit brighter. Okay, so we're just going to start with a background. And we had like an orange background. So I'm going to take red, yellow. So it's nice and bright. A little more yellow. I'm just throwing this on my canvas. I put a little bit more white in it. So if this is a first time for you, like I said, this is a first for me, so welcome to the first experiences. For me, I'm doing a live publicly on YouTube. I do have lots of videos on YouTube. A lot of them are private for my members. So this is definitely a new thing for me. So if you're new, welcome. We'll just do new together. Not too scary. But anyways, I teach with mixing colors. Everything I teach, everything I love to paint are done with just those 5 colors. And so I just have this nice background of kind of a little bit of a burgundy and a red orange. I use a fluid acrylic so it's more not the thick tube paints. It's great for when you teach classes with a lot of people. A lot less expensive, and I love these. It's the brand that I love, that I've been using for years. Okay, so I could go ahead and paint around the edge, but I'm not going to do that. Well, yeah, I will, because I need it to dry a minute before we start on the top. So I'm just going to do a darker red around the edges. So right now I'm just doing some black and red together. Did you know black and red makes kind of a burgundy color? It's the fun things you find out when you mix your own colors. So hopefully that top will dry pretty quick. And then I just want to show you how to be able to do that, those yellows, those colors, and the thing that we run into often. I have some fun paintings coming up for fall, and some of them would include some sunflowers. So it's good practice. All right, so I've gone all the way around my edge. I'm going to turn it that way. Alrighty. This could probably dry really quick. Hold your ears. I'm going to do quick dry with my hair dryer. I know without warning and without, like, if I was properly doing this, scheduling this, I would have sent out an email, hey, I'm going live at such and such time at 2:25 on Thursday, and would have had a warning so people could have planned. But me, I just kind of do things on a whim sometimes, and so I didn't. So probably most of you will be watching this as a replay later, so you can still comment, say hello, where you're from, or whatever. And I'm just going to teach this as if I were teaching any other class that I teach. So we have this dark background, it's dry. So this is what, if you're thinking yellow, this is what we typically do. And if I run out of paint, I don't even have it over here. Okay, so yellow. So do you see how that yellow is so translucent? And it just is thin, you can't even see it on there. Okay, so this is what I'm going to show you. First off, let's kind of make a little bit of an arrangement. And so this is how I taught them yesterday. I said, let's just do some circles for where we want our flowers. We were looking at the Van Gogh vase of sunflowers, and we just kind of did our circles first to place everything. And so this will make sense here in just a second. Alyssa, hello. Thank you. Yeah, it'll be on here later. Thank you for saying hello. It was great to hear from you. All right, so now what do we do? To make this so it's not so see-through, I'm taking white and yellow. I use a lot of white, knowing I can come back to my yellow and make it brighter. So I'm just going to do very simple brush strokes. So it's still a little translucent. You can go from the outside in. It's always a question, which way do you do? It's whatever you want. If you like the ends of your petals to be a little more frayed, like flower petals often are, you can go from the outside in. Or if you want them more soft or a little more defined on the ends, you can go from the inside out. Definitely am going to need more yellow. I really am going to have to get up and go get my yellow paint. Like I said, I just did this on a whim. Sometimes I just got to make myself follow through with something that I plan to do. All right, back with some more yellow. I think I'm good on my red. I hope we'll make it work. Okay, so why are these shapes? I did one round. This one's more round. This one's kind of oval, and this one's actually that one I kind of did it backwards from what I wanted to do. So, and I do want to change up my color a little bit. So I'm putting a little red now in my yellow. You will find that red is very bold. You don't need much. So I really wanted to come out. I kind of did that one backwards. I'm still using a lot of white while these are drying, so I'm trying to come out from there we go. And layers is everything on this. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and add another, and I don't worry about my brush being clean every time, especially when I'm staying in the colors that I want. There's times where it's more important to have clean brush, but sometimes it's not important. I want all the different shades. This is why it's fun to do mixing colors. Okay, that one, and then this one, I want to make a little, let's rinse my brush. So if I have yellow, red, and black all in my brush, I'm going to end up with a brown, and I want red and yellow. Remember I said it kind of makes a burgundy color. I'm going to lighten it up so you can see that purple shade in there just a little bit more. Plus, I want it to be a little bit of a contrast to that background. Let's go just a little lighter. Gotta make this last. I don't want to have to go get more paint. Because why did I not bring the whole box over? I didn't. Now I like how that mixed in, and it starts to pull in some of that yellow. If you don't overdo it, it won't get all muddy. And yes, the brand of paint you use totally makes a difference on how your colors mix. Not all brands mix together well. Okay, so we're going to kind of let those dry. And let's see what color I have on my brush. So I'm going to go back over this one up here because I want my flowers to be different colors. As I add more layers, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, it's just a quick, it starts covering better. So this is still really thin. It's also really wet. But as I add more layers on top, I just kind of add them on there, let them lay on top, and I'm real careful not to mix it. Otherwise, then I start lifting off wet paint. So it's going to be a little tricky on, let me not scoot it so close to me. You know what? I'm going to make this just a little closer for you. Is that better? Okay. So I'm using this white and yellow, and I have a little bit of the other colors in my brush. Now I could put whichever flower I want on top by just bringing more petals. I'm going to put just a little bit more yellow. A little bit. I feel like I got a 10 there. So it's pretty chunky for this. Like I said, I'm doing this as a quick little demonstration on how to cover up those when you have a background of darker colors. So you can just layer them on. You don't have to paint around it. And you got to just make sure you're using plenty of white paint. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do some centers. So I'm just going to put in black to this yellow. Now you're going to find out if you do these mixing colors that black and yellow make this beautiful earthy green. I have white in my brush, so it's more of a grayish color. If I just did straight black and yellow, it would definitely show up a little bit more green. But I'm just going to go ahead and put this deep kind of green color. And my centers and these really wet flowers. That one definitely got lighter because it's mixing in with the wet paint that's there. I'm going to have this one be a little darker. So it's really moving that thick paint around. Okay, so what was this little guy down here? This is just another little unopened flower here. Hang it off the edge. I'm going to use some of this green now that I just did with my black and yellow. I put blue on my plate, and I was like, why did I do that? I will not use any blue in this painting. Okay, I will go back and do some of these. Petals again. Just want to get some leaves going on around here. And let's see if I hopefully have enough red to go back over. I especially like this pinkish color one. It's going to be a little brighter because I barely have any red left to put in it. But I'm just bringing those petals back over those leaves just a little bit. Is that some wet? I got my brush too wet now. Alright. I'm good when I do my yellow because I grabbed the yellow over here. So we're going to add a little more to this. Like I said, you can pick which flower you want on top. Hey, Carol. You're in Alaska? Oh, wow. I bet you got some nice weather up there. You'll have to tell me all about that trip when you get back. We're down here sweating again. We had a few nice cool days, and then all of a sudden, we're right back to summer. I think our heat index is almost 100 degrees. I put the dogs back in the garage because they're like, what is going on? All right, now I'm just doing a little of this yellow. There's a little of some green mixed in this one, which don't try to control your painting. When you're doing these mixing colors, making your own colors, you don't have to control it. Just kind of let them do their thing. I do feel like I need a little bit more green in that area. All right, so there is. This is the extent of this little tutorial on just some sunflowers. Simple mixing colors. So this was done with, there's no blue in it. I put blue on my plate. I do that so often. It's just a habit. But it was red, yellow, black, and white. And just made all these beautiful shades of fall sunflowers or zinnias. My zinnias are just gorgeous right now. So, all right, well, that was it. Short and sweet. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all next time.